Hello, we're live. Welcome to another edition of Ecom Life with Brian and John. I'm the John side of the show. The Brian side of the show actually has the day off today. It's his son's birthday. So, just like any good father, he took it off and he's spending the day with his family. And so, we wish him well today. But, guys, today we have an incredible training that I really think is going to help you sell more product and not for obviously for more money, but also consistently throughout the year. And so there's going to be these niches that are just going to be shouting, please take my money, and we're going to show you how to create them. That's right, not how to find them, but how to create them today. And so you're in for a treat, and I can't wait to share all this incredible information with you today. And so let's just get started. Okay, obviously we own a print-on-demand platform, so we see lots of sellers. We see people that are winning. We're seeing people that are losing. I'm also a seller myself, and so I'm in a lot of different groups of POD sellers. And I'm pretty confident when I tell you this, that the big reason you're not winning right now is because you are selling to a huge crowd, okay? You're going too broad and you're competing with big brands, POD sellers, and you're just not going to make money. Those people have way more money than you to spend. They have way more influence, and they have been doing this a lot longer than you, okay? And so what I see a lot is these POD sellers get so excited about POD, and then they jump into a broad niche like, we're in the middle of Mother's Day and just moms, right? Well, guess what, guys? On Facebook, Etsy, all the different third-party platforms, Amazon, there are big brands spending millions of dollars to compete in those in for moms, right? For that broad mom category. I'm just giving you an example. But just about any broad category, because there's millions of people in, you're going to have big players in there. You're going to be competing against really big brands. And so as a POD seller, especially someone starting out with, and I'm going to guess you don't have that much budget for ads and for marketing, you're just going to get lost in the crowd. You're not going to be able to make the money that you want. Okay. And so today I actually have a solution for that. And you'll want to listen very carefully and apply these techniques and these strategies so you can make consistent income. Okay. So let's get started right now. What you want to do, guys, is find a blue ocean. Okay. A blue ocean a strategy is where you find a place where there's little competition. Okay. And so a red ocean, if you think about it, is where all the sharks are feasting and there's a crowd of sharks. It creates a red ocean. There's just a lot of competition. You want to go where it's blue, where you can dominate a niche and just sell as much as you can into a niche. Okay. So that's what you have to keep in mind, is you want to get away from the crowd and go towards the blue ocean. Okay. And that's, we're going to show you today. It's so exciting. All right. So how do we do that? How to find the bluest of oceans. Okay. There's obviously, from our past training, if you want to go back and listen to last week's training, we talked about niches and why you should be in niches. Okay. But if you really want to create a blue niche, if you want to explode your sales and just dominate, what you want to do is cross niche. Okay. Cross niche is when you take two or three powerful niches and you combine them into one niche. Okay. And we're gonna show you how to do that. But I'm telling you guys right now, especially when I was doing t-shirt sales on Teespring, was my biggest strategy that I used, and I was just making money and no one else was selling to these niches. And so you want to combine those two powerful niches. We're going to show you what those niches are here in a second and get into the weeds on how to do that. Okay. Next, you want to research the cross niche in Facebook, and I'm going to show you how to do that today, to see if there's a decent sized audience. And so obviously you don't want to cross niche too narrow and not have anyone in the audience. Okay. You don't want a blue pond or a blue swimming pool. You want a blue ocean of people that you can market to. Okay. And so you definitely want to make sure you do the research and make sure there's a decent size for that niche. And so those of you who are Quadra Success Academy and our Founders Club, we actually, during our Mother's Day intensive course, we went into very specific detail on this stuff. And so hopefully for those of you listening or watching it that are in those two masterminds, Hopefully this will be a refresher and you can get some more aha moments. And those who aren't and are just starting out, this is where you want to start, okay? And so what happens is when you cross niche and you find an audience like this, now instead of competing with these big brands, with the millions of POD sellers and dropship sellers, you created a niche that you're going to absolutely dominate and sell unique products to. Okay, that's the strategy in a nutshell. Okay, and so let me give you some examples of blue ocean cross niches. Okay, these are just a few of like hundreds, maybe thousands of blue ocean niches, cross niches that you can come up with yourself. Okay. But these are some that we've used in the past. I've seen work really, really great. Okay. So first would be occupation plus a kid's hobby. Okay. So think about teachers. Okay. Teachers are a passionate niche. Okay. Teachers by themselves it's pretty broad. It's still a decent niche, right? But I can tell you there's a lot of POD sellers. There's a lot of people trying to sell just to teachers. Okay. But what if you could combine teachers with a kid's hobby? Okay. So, for example, what if you were to combine teachers with dance moms? So you could market to teachers who are dance moms. Okay. And I'm going to show you an example of this in these slides. You're going to see there's hundreds of thousands of those people, teachers that are that are dance moms that you can target. Okay, and sell to. And so think about it. You just went from million competing with so many thousands, maybe millions of people for the teachers, and now you've created a niche that you can dominate and sell to. I can guarantee you, okay, that there aren't that many people selling to teachers who are also dance moms. And there's an audience there. There's an audience of people that are passionate, okay? And again, think about it. Teachers are super passionate about their job. In fact, they're underpaid. They go above and beyond, right? Because they're passionate about their job. And that's the key. You want to pick passion, not just, stuff that people aren't passionate about. Like, you can target, like for instance, a cashier. They're not super passionate about their job. Okay. So you want to for this example, you want to pick something that's super passionate, like a teacher. And then guess what, guys? Dance moms, they're super passionate about their kids' hobbies, okay? I've sold thousands of t-shirts to dance moms. It's because they spend money in it. They're passionate about it. And so can you see the synergy? Can you see the magic that happens when you combine the two? You combine the occupation plus the kids' hobby and you serve them a unique product that they're going to connect with, which by the way, listen to last week. We talked about how to create those messages in a really fun and powerful way. And so combine these two trainings and you're going to be able to come up with some really cool products to sell these people. Okay. So that's example number one. Okay, example number two, think about hobbies and animal lovers. Okay. What are some hobbies that people are super interested in? Okay. I can tell you that a hobby that people are really super interested in, because we sold a lot of stuff to them, are snowmobilers. Okay. Snowmobilers are really into their hobby. Okay. They spend a lot of money. They on their hobby they're passionate about. They have their own lingo, their own slang about it. Okay. And so we know that they're passionate. Okay. And also you could combine that with animal lover. We know people are passionate about their animals. Okay. Dogs, cats, horses, guinea pigs, the list goes on and on. And so if you can combine cats, I forgot cats too for all the cat lovers. And so if you think about it, if you can combine a hobby with an animal lover, you could create some um, a real explosive niche that will really get you the kind of revenue that you're looking for. And again, you're not competing with millions of people. You've created that niche to dominate. Okay. I hope you guys are getting excited about it. Leave a comment if you're starting to really get an aha moment and you're really starting to understand what we're doing here. Okay. And this goes off the training a little bit, but what we do is every week we launch new products. That's called our LPWs, launches per week. Okay. And imagine us every week putting, especially when you're starting out, going after these underserved niches, as I call them, these blue ocean niches that you can just feed product into that are not getting product that's specific to them. Okay. So leave me a comment. I'm really interested to see if this is connecting with you, because I can tell you, as someone that has sold literally hundreds of thousands of units of print on demand product, This is one of the biggest secrets right here. Okay, this is going to shortcut your success instead of trying to blend into the red oceans and into the crowd. Okay. Okay, third example I can give you here is cause plus hobby. Okay, and so think about a cause like cancer awareness or suicide awareness. There's so many causes out there. Adoption. Think about a cause that people are passionate about, and then you can combine it into a hobby. You can combine it into animal lovers. And so that's something that you really can draw on, is a passion people have about a cause. Now, a cause plus a hobby, or a cause plus a nationality, okay, that stuff can be powerful. I put hobby here, but I was just thinking cause breast cancer awareness plus you know uh, a nationality like Brazilians. I'm half Brazilian, so imagine Brazilians fighting for breast cancer, that kind of thing. When you really get into people that are passionate about their nationality and they're passionate about their cause, yeah, you really want to leverage that. Okay, and yes, you can definitely use broader animals, hobbies, that kind of thing. What you want to do though is you want to make sure that they're passionate, that people are really passionate. And this training is not about product messaging. Again, you could go last week and you can talk about that, and you can view it to see how we come up with messages, but this is just coming up with those niches. Okay, the other one I like to do is nationality plus occupation or hobby. And so again, if you have a nationality that people are really, super passionate about, like for instance, we've sold a lot to Samoans. If you can combine Samoans with a hobby like football, or an occupation like nurses, that right there again creates some serious magic that's going to help you sell a lot more product and create a niche that you can actually dominate in. Okay, that's what we're looking for. There's no reason why, well, there are reasons, but especially when you're starting out, there's a lot of new people that are going to listen and are going to watch this. When you're starting out, there's no reason for you to go after, the biggest mountain out there. Go after those oceans that you can dominate. Okay. All right. So, um, oh, I put some other ones here. Teachers plus tattoo lovers. Oh, this is a double slide. I'm sorry about that. Now, let me show you guys how you can find if these niches have an audience. So let's, for instance, take the teacher and the dance moms. Okay, let's say I think that could be a really good niche, a really good cross niche. Well, I first want to research to see if there's an audience, because truthfully, when you cross niches, sometimes you can get too narrow. If there's only a few thousand people in that niche, you're just not going to sell a lot. Okay, you want to have, and I'm looking at Facebook here, you want to have 50,000 plus in that niche at least as an audience to actually try and go after it. Okay, and so this is how you're going to do the research. And so what you're going to do is you're going to open up Ads Manager. Okay, and you're going to click on this menu right here, and it's going to open up audiences. You're going to click on audiences. You're going to then click on create audience and then saved audience. Okay, this is going to bring up the detailed targeting. Okay, and so then what I do is I'll start putting all the niches I can think, all the interests and job titles and anything that has to do with teachers. I start putting them into the detailed targeting here. Okay, and so I'm going to try to put as many as I can, because when I cross niche, it's going to bring that audience down. It's going to narrow it. And so I want to get as many teachers as I can in there. Okay. So you just go through and you put high school teacher job titles, interests that only a teacher would know about, all those things you put in there. Okay. After you've created that audience, that the teacher audience, now it's time to find those dance mom audience. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to click narrow audience. Okay, when you click narrow audience, it's going to give you another field below it, and that's where you're going to put the second half of that cross niche. So in this case, it would be dance mom interest. And so I put dance magazine, dance studio, jump dance convention, which is a convention for dancers that only a dance mom would know about. Okay, and so what happens here is what your research is doing. You're doing I want to get all high school teachers, and also they must be into these dance categories. And so they have to be teachers and they have to be into dance. Okay. And so it's going to create this really cool cross niche that you can look at and see if it's going to sell for you. And so as you can see, oh, I don't have it here. Okay. So what I don't have the slide, but what's going to happen here, guys, is that it'll show you an audience on Facebook on the screen. And in this particular audience, there's like 350,000 teachers who are dance moms. Okay. That's 350,000 people, guys, that I can guarantee you right now, there are probably, I don't even know if there's a handful of POD sellers and e-com sellers out there that are selling to that audience. That means you can literally walk into that audience, come up with a saying that connects with them. Again, viewing our past training from last week, and they're going to love it. Okay. Your path to success with them is going to be so much easier than going to this broad niche of just all teachers. Okay. You're now creating a blue ocean niche that you can actually dominate and own for yourself, guys. Can you see the power in this? Okay. This is how you're going to do the research, and this is how you're going to identify these amazing audiences. Okay. And so, to recap today's training, okay, go after the blue oceans. Okay. Go after the blue oceans. Do not worry about the crowd. I know it's so tempting because you're like, wow, there's so many people in this dog niche. There's so many people in this mom niche, and there's millions and millions of people, and I can reach millions and millions of people, and I can make all this money. But guys, remember, wherever there's that many people, you're going to be competing with people that have super deep pockets. So why not create your own blue ocean that you can dominate? Okay. And how do we do that? We do that through cross niches. Okay. Not cross stitches. That actually is a niche you can go into, by the way. We've sold in that. However, go in and create your cross niches. Okay. And take the time to think about it. I'm sure, and we've talked about this in our mastermind groups, in our Mother's Day intensive workshop. Someone asked, I'm having a really hard time finding a niche. And the reality is, guys, that every single one of you listening or watching this right now, you are actually in a cross niche. You just haven't thought about it yet. You just haven't. Okay. And so for me, I'm an entrepreneurial dad. Okay. That also is into golf. Okay. That's a niche I'm in. That right there, just off the top of my head. I'm also a Brazilian. I'm half Brazilian. I'm also into grilling. Okay, that's a cross niche right there that I'm into. Okay, just sit down and think of some of these cross niches that you're into. That's where you want to start, because then you'll know what messages. And again, that's last week's training. That's going to connect. Okay, the next thing you want to do is research the ideas on Facebook, just like I showed you here. Okay, now if you don't have Ads Manager, you're going to have to set that up. You're going to take some initiative and do that. But once you have it set up, you can research these ideas and see if these cross niches exist. And I can tell you guys, there's thousands of these cross niches just waiting. Just people are just waiting for your products. Okay, and then you want to create a unique design that they'll love. Okay, do that on POD, or if you're doing drop shipping, find a product. This is a lot easier to do on drop shipping, by the way. I should say that, I'm sorry, on POD, because on POD you can actually design these designs for the cross niche. You're going to have a hard time sometimes finding cross niches on a dropship product, but I have found those before and they worked awesome as well. However, you want to do create a unique design that they're going to love. Then you're just going to rinse and repeat. It just comes down to our LPWs every week to start launching new designs to new niches. Or let's say you launched a design to that teacher and dance mom, and you got a few sales, but it didn't do great. Well, that's good news. It actually shows you that you reached the right audience. Maybe your design, your product didn't resonate. And so try another product to that niche until you find something that they're going to buy. Because I can guarantee you guys, these are underserved blue ocean niches that once you hit something, you throw that dart, right? And it's got the right message for that blue ocean. you're going to freaking crush it. Okay. They're going to buy from you. They're going to say, what? Take my money. And that's what you want. You want people to say, take my money. You don't want to have them say, oh, that's so cute. I bet that would be great. My room. You want to say, no, take my money. That is me right there. Okay. So guys, leave a comment here if you're watching this on Facebook. We're also going to have these on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What was most powerful about this? The cross niche, the Facebook research ideas. I want to know what it was that put that light bulb in your head. And the more you can engage and comment, the more you get these ideas out of your head and you can apply them. Okay, guys, that's it for this week's training. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're excited. And next week, we'll have another amazing training for you. Stay tuned. We'll send out emails, posts. And if you're watching this on YouTube and if you haven't joined us in our Facebook community, just click the link in the description, or you can search for Ecom Life with Brian and John on Facebook, and you can join our private group. All right, guys, have a great day and find that blue ocean today. Have an awesome day. Bye.